It's called a promo, kid.
Shut your mouth,
if you want to
John.
be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it. So go ahead.
You ready? No! I said, are you ready?
That was good. I'm glad you finally decided to pull that giant stick out of your butt and have some fun for once in your life.
You're uneducated marks! You sit there on your phones tweeting out your opinions like they're worth a damn. Let me explain something to you people. You don't know shit!
And I'd like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince.
My belt.
Progress Wrestling.
That's always the running joke every time it says that. Like, we're not recording in progress. We're recording in the Wrestling in the Middle studio with Intercontinental title belts.
Look at you. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I like my belts.
If I pin you, do I get it?
No. Doesn't work that way. Also, what if that was just an eliminator match?
Ding dong. Hello.
Boom. Boom. Nakano.
One thing I also like is Wrestling in the Middle merch, and we got a lot of it today.
Yeah, I even got some stickers sitting around here. Go get you some.
It was down for like 2 weeks. Now it's back up, so you can go down the link in the description and get some merch. It's all doable now.
Also, ideas in the pipeline. We doing the merch thing, man. We doing the merch thing.
Yes, I want to make money off of the merchandise, so let's buy that, please.
Thank you.
I'm going to look something up real quick. I want to know when the last time you did the brackets was. The brackets defined my favorite wrestler.
2024 for sure.
For sure. 2024 for sure.
Yes, I'm like 90% sure.
Drink it in, man.
I'm going to look it up here. Go to the old Wrestling in the Middle podcast on YouTube. I like that place. It's one of my favorite places to watch this show.
Yeah.
Give me a hell yeah.
Okay. Did you do any in season 4? Probably not. I think only Jeff was doing them.
Battleground?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff.
Acknowledge me.
Because, yeah, well, the 2 that happened in season 4, I'm going to break the fourth wall to everybody now. They were the same episode. We recorded one episode and put it together. So, big surprise there.
Oh, you didn't know?
Damn, dude, you haven't done this in a minute. Well, I'm excited for you two because since season 3, episode 30, it's been. I'm excited because you know me best, though. You know who I like and who I don't.
Yeah.
No, you just made the list.
Of course, arguably, if I didn't like anybody on this list, then they wouldn't be on this list.
Hell yeah. What if we did like the inverse of the concept? Do like a least favorite wrestlers list. Oh, Lord.
Ryback would be on there. It's kind of interesting because I could think of like a bunch, and probably a lot of them I wouldn't even mention by their actual name. I would make up like goofy, stupid, make-believe names.
Braun Strowman. Braun Breaker.
Prime candidate, Alberto Del Fritos.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
All right, let's get some screen sharing going on. I want you guys to see the brackets. I want you to smell the brackets and feel them.
Vision, let's go.
Okay. Now what's cool is I'm watching everything on my computer now as a monitor, so I can tell when it's sharing and not sharing.
Well, I can see all of the stuff going on your phone, so that's great.
That's me. We're going to start with the baby brackets of who's left in the 100 column.
Okay.
Let's do this and set my thing back up. And we're starting.
Already, I can see that you slotted in Brick Savage.
Yes. That's one thing that's constant within this. Every time we do a new set of hundreds, some people get taken out and replaced. I like some people. I didn't even realize I didn't have the British Bulldog in here, so there was that.
What's up with that?
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Buckle up, Teddy.
Do I like Brick Savage more than Tommaso Ciampa, though?
I mean, you interviewed the guy,
Yeah.
but no one will survive.
Yeah. Brick Savage is awesome, and I can't wait to see more of what he does further into his career. Because believe it or not, Brick Savage has only been wrestling for like 2-3 years now. So that's really impressive. On that note, I've been watching Ciampa since NXT at least, and that's my favorite era of him. So I'm gonna go with Ciampa on this.
Yeah.
He's gonna go see Just Incredible in a minute.
Ooh, bold on bold action.
Okay, Samoa Joe and John Cena. Samoa Joe Cena.
Bold spot on bold spot action.
I don't know why. I think I got to think. Like, yeah, I get it. John Cena was cool in the 6th grade, but that's Samoa Joe, bro. That's Samoa Joe, bro.
I mean, he is. And also, John Cena is ruining wrestling. So
Another person I didn't even realize didn't make the list that needed to be on it, Psychosis.
wow, yeah.
Do I like him more than the British Bulldog? I like the British Bulldog a lot. I really do. And the fact that he's an extension of the Hart family, that's great. But Psychosis and ECW?
That is true.
Drink it in, man.
Man, I'm saying you're gonna go. I mean, but British Bulldog is a legend. Well, I mean, I guess in a sense, Psychosis is as well.
I think the many British Bulldog pillow pets and shirts and the UK title behind me all point to the direction of the British Bulldog goes over in this one. I don't think Psychosis will be 100 though. I don't think he'll be at the very bottom because I really do like Psychosis, and that wasn't too easy.
No.
Oh, this is hard for a different reason because like I really don't care to pick either one. I just know I liked them both a lot at one point.
True. Well, I was kind of surprised. I was like, I mean, I know Dreamer, ECW, Rock, it's The Rock, but it's like, do they need to be on this list? But it's your list. It's your list.
Arguably one of them could be at 100. I think when I look at the list, when I keep making the brackets, the person who I keep pegging to be at the number 100 spot, if I could predict it, might actually be Triple H. But we'll get there when we get there.
I don't know, because Tommy Dreamer,
yeah.
I don't know. Personally, like Dreamer, heart and soul, ECW, I get it. I was a really big fan back in the day, but there's just something about The Rock every time he comes out when he's not messing up storylines. He has the crowd in the palm of his hands, and I am part of that crowd. Like,
this is about to sound crazy to every wrestling fan out there ever, I guess. But I'm taking the body of work of Tommy Dreamer and the body of work of The Rock, and I'm taking the body of work of Tommy Dreamer over The Rock.
Ooh, dude.
I feel like fans will hear that, look at that, and be like, what?
See, I get it.
But this bitch is getting on my nerves.
Again, we're ECW heads, so it's like,
For sure.
Yeah.
what you gonna do? I personally would have probably put The Rock over though, but maybe that's just because Tommy Dreamer's not a very savory person right now. But
Yeah.
maybe The Rock isn't as either. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
All right.
5 is weird.
Just Incredible versus Tommaso Ciampa. Huh.
So.
Well, no. I think I'm definitely going with Ciampa on this one.
Yeah,
I just love his moveset so much, too.
all the knees.
Dustin Rhodes versus Samoa Joe. Dustin Rhodes is really cool on a personal level, but we're just taking like wrestling fandom into it. Samoa Joe's got to go ahead there because Samoa Joe's really cool.
Honestly, for a second I was like, I think you might go Dustin Rhodes, but I get it. It's Samoa. It's yeah.
I'm gonna rub my UK title before I make this pick. British Bulldog is the GOAT, but I'm going Nigel McGuinness every time.
Wow. Okay.
And with this bracket,
Yo, come on. Because you made a point
yeah,
earlier in the series with Owens or with Moxley and Punk, I believe,
mm-hmm.
and how Moxley was just an evolution of Punk. It's in similar vein. Owens is in a sense an evolution of Tommy Dreamer.
So.
Damn. The only reason this is hard is because kid me is wanting to pick Tommy Dreamer so bad, and then adult me just heard that rational argument you made, and I'm like, damn, you're not making any invalid points, that's for certain.
No.
Sting.
Why was I going to the Snow Cold team?
This might be the one time where you actually do sway my decision 100%, because I was going to pick Dreamer, but I thought about everything and everything you just said, and you're right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh.
This is a match. This is a match right here.
Ah, man. I mean, it's Joe, though.
Yeah, TNA Samoa Joe makes the best argument here because I can't walk away from him the way he walks away from his opponents.
Ruthless.
Damn. Tommaso Ciampa's really badass. I always thought Tommaso Ciampa was going to be world champion at some point. I mean, he still could be if we, want to push that.
It's a hard bet. It's a hard bet, man. I mean,
it's a hard bet. When they made the world heavyweight title revamp, I was like, there's your guy right there.
Drink it in, man.
Nah, instead you get.
So.
Yeah.
What do we want to talk about?
Okay, this is another one of those situations. I'm not going to come back yet. I'm just going to close my eyes and put him in the ring. I made it down to the ramp. Samoa Joe got me pumped up, but that bell rang. I started rooting for Tommaso Ciampa.
Damn, okay.
That was hard. That was difficult.
That would have been hard for me. Hell.
ROH Legends. I'm sorry to disappoint you. There's not going to be a long, drawn-out one. I'm still pushing Nigel on that one.
Damn. You know what? That's fair. Love you some good old technical.
Minimize this down. Okay, closing out the next set of hundreds. Who's making it all the way out? Nigel or Tommaso Ciampa?
Damn.
You right. Damn.
If I do the Nigel McGuinness impersonation, will it make you not want to go for it? I'm not going to do it. You told me never to do it on camera. I'm not going to do it.
That'll hurt the chances. Oh, man. Tommaso Ciampa's really badass, and I'm really having a hard time picking Nigel over him. I just think about every time I've watched Nigel McGuinness in Ring of Honor and been mesmerized.
Drink it in, man.
Yeah.
What now? This is it fair to count Nigel's body of work as a commentator into why I like him as a wrestler? Because it does help a lot that he's really hilarious on commentary.
Damn, I don't know. That's an interesting question because, we include promo work, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Huh.
So,
yeah.
That's not that far of a stretch.
Part down, bruv.
All right. It's not only that, but also the fact that every time Tommaso Ciampa comes back, we don't get that much. Every time Nigel McGuinness comes back, it's awesome and it's magic.
That's fair.
I'm just trying to get there.
Ding dong. Hello.
We are lost. There it is. I should have built the suspense or something. Should have been like, and the winner is, and then taken all that time to find it. The 99s.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm actually going to take this, put it down here on my level so I can see it on my computer screen.
Yeah.
I love this. This is awesome. I'm excited for these because the 99s are like where a lot of people who are iffy are sitting at.
What?
All right. Kurt Angle and Nunzio.
Bro,
this is hard.
He did it with a broken freaking neck. But I have a feeling you're gonna go for Nunzio. I feel like you're putting Nunzio over, man.
Kurt Angle would kick Nunzio's ass for sure, but I'm rooting for Nunzio the whole time. And that's
Yeah.
just how that's going down. That's how that match is happening.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, there's just that one. Okay.
I was like, well, okay.
Give me a hell yeah.
There's just the one extra little bracket.
Damn.
Carl Anderson, Machine Gun versus Lil Guido.
You do love you some machine gun. I know that.
Yeah, a lot. And that's why I'm picking him.
Yep.
Didn't even have to make an argument for Nunzio anymore. I was like, yep, you're right. Yeah, the Italian legend, Bruno Sammartino. American Badass Undertaker. This Bruno, bro.
Damn. Okay.
This Bruno, bro.
It is Bruno.
Rhino and Jeff Cobb. That's the match, dude.
It is a hell of a match.
Yeah, this is the match everybody's clamoring for.
Give me a hell yeah.
Well, it's not going to happen anymore because Jeff Cobb died. Someone killed him. He was replaced by some dude named JC Mateo.
Part down, Grump.
Okay, that's sad and that's disheartening. If I put ECW Rhino versus New Japan Jeff Cobb in a ring together, face to face, who am I rooting for? The only thing that makes, I want to say Rhino because nostalgia, but the only thing that makes me differ in opinion is United Empire. And Jeff Cobb is in the United Empire.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, I don't know, man.
Because I feel like, hey, Rhino is great and I love him, but Jeff Cobb is more versatile. I'm going for Jeff Cobb.
That is fair. That's fair.
And the United Empire thing. Paul London versus Johnny Gargano.
I think you're gonna go Paul London. I'm almost like, yeah.
You knew what was happening.
Roman Reigns and Christian Cage.
Hey, I love the big dog, but Christian been around a long time and he's never missed.
And he's your father.
Actually, he's not mine, but I know he parents a lot of other children.
Fair.
Booker T and Shibata. Come on, let's just keep moving.
I knew it. Like, come on, dude. Dude had brain surgery. Still wrestled. Come on.
Zack Sabre Jr. versus Santino Marella. Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm only saying the names as a formality now, just so that way I made sure I said them and the graphic could come up with their picture. Mike Bailey and Chris Jericho. I might think on this, actually.
Drink it in, man.
Chris Jericho has a wide body of work with a lot of variety. Not all of it is great, though.
No, you just made the list.
Speedball Mike Bailey. You just made the list.
No, you just made the list.
Damn. That is true. The highs of Chris Jericho are really high.
Yeah. Okay. Carl Anderson facing the longest reigning champion of all times.
You're going to go Bruno.
That's the Machine Gun.
It is the Machine Gun.
That was my favorite never open weight champion of all time. Probably one of the best title runs with that title. So Bruno, 7-year run as the world champion. Carl Anderson, that was like a 600-day reign as the never open weight champion. Different strokes.
Damn, I don't know. If you have to think about it, I think you might go Carl. Carl.
Damn. But the representation of Bruno.
Representation.
Okay, I'm not coming back yet. I wanted to. I'm not. It's too far in. They're in the ring. This is really weird and hard. I'm picking Carl Anderson.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Though when I looked at it, I was like, I would root for Bruno, but I would be more exciting watching Anderson wrestle. Continue.
I say it a lot. I feel like there's some of these matchups I'll make a decision, and then later on in a higher up brackets they'll face each other again, and I'll make a different decision.
That's how it goes, yeah.
With this one, I'm pretty set. Jeff Cobb, Paul London. I'm still going with Paul London. So
yeah, you do it. It's like, dude, I saw the way you reacted when you met him. I was like, yeah, London's your guy.
The way he reacted when I met him, that was
That's cool.
Christian Cage, Shibata.
Oh my god, dude. I have to give a lot of respect to Shibata. Like,
Absolutely.
it makes it hard for me to vote against him, just what he's been through.
Yeah.
But Christian Cage
again,
is such an underdog.
I think with Christian's body of work, it makes a huge difference.
That's
I'm
fair.
picking up my Intercontinental title belt again, and I'm picking Christian.
Thank you.
Zack Sabre Jr. versus Christopher Jericho.
Lion Tamer versus I don't. I feel bad because I don't even know what Zack Sabre Jr.'s finisher is called.
Oh, you didn't know?
Okay. Now, while Zack Sabre Jr. may have never broken the walls down, if I put him in the ring, I'm rooting for him all the way.
That's fair.
Dude, we literally skipped some people. That's okay.
This is awkward.
It's fine. I mean, they're all going the same direction. They're all going the exact same direction. So,
Yeah.
Wild Bill Irwin versus Seth Rollins.
I mean, there's that family connection, but it's Seth Rollins.
I was really, really high on him a long time ago.
Yeah, I guess you're not so much now.
No, it's not that at all. I've never disliked Seth Rollins. Just because he's not like as hot as he was in 2018 doesn't mean I hated him any of the other years. I just liked that period the most. And I think, yeah, all around Seth Rollins is somebody I'm going to cheer for, whereas the family is just one singular thing. The history is one thing.
Acknowledge me.
Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal.
Dude, I think you're going to go Lethal, but
I do love Jay Lethal.
I would go Cassidy.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy is a hell of a character. That's what makes it hard.
But I mean, Jay Lethal is an ROH legend. Not just an ROH legend. Hell, he should be in a Hall of Fame somewhere if he is not already.
Technically speaking, he is. Not the Hall of Fame thing. Like, he is a legend. And Ring of Honor needs a Hall of Fame.
Acknowledge me.
Dude is...
Orange Cassidy, though, man. And, like, the matches he put on with that international title, brother, dude.
Amazing matches. But Lethal, every time he goes out there, like, I keep saying, like, when is Lethal going to slow down? And it never happens.
No.
But the sunglasses.
That's cool.
I wish we were in a room together so I could just kick your feet. Like,
And yeah, the whole sloth style thing. Like, how can you hate any of it?
Fickle. They're
oh, there were a lot of people. I don't have to tell you.
Yeah. Don't I know it? Jay Lethal's going ahead in this one. There's just too much history tied to that.
I figured. Ooh. Damn.
Finn Balor and Ron Simmons. Love Ron Simmons, but Finn Balor has been cool all around the world.
Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Give me a hell yeah.
Oh, Kenta versus Hayabusa.
I think the last time I checked, I didn't even see Hayabusa on the list. So you guys
yeah, that was another addition. I was like, wait, how the hell did we not get this in? And I still mean the original Hayabusa, but how awesome is it that they brought that gimmick back, almost identical to the original?
That's cool.
Man, that's...
But you do love some Kenta. I know you love me some Kenta.
Yeah, for sure.
Acknowledge me.
But again, put him in the ring. Look at the bodies of work. Hayabusa for sure.
Thank you.
Pac versus Minoru Suzuki. Okay.
I don't know, man. This one's really hard because I would root for both of them. God.
Also, Pac was another one that wasn't on the list. I was like, wait, how did I not add him? I use him in Fight Forever all the time.
Pac wasn't on the list. You just made the list.
Yeah.
But not in a good way.
I can't tell you who all got taken off the list to add all these people because there's like 5 people that got added since the last time. I know no offense to anybody. It's just the top 100 of who I like the best. Leo Rush got taken off.
Damn.
I don't think Mark Briscoe did. Mark Briscoe's still on there. Eddie Kingston might have got taken off. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, man. There's a lot of wrestlers. And if this was intergender, we would be here for the rest of our lives.
Fickle. They're fickle.
I think I'm going with Pac on this.
Yeah, I mean, just a little more exciting to watch.
Evan Bourne versus Triple H.
I think based on what you said earlier and knowing how much, like the fact that you put Evan Bourne and not Mike Seidel just tells me you're going with Evan Bourne.
Yeah, that's what's funny is I put it as Matt Seidel like 2 other times, and I alternated.
Fickle. They're fickle.
Hobbs, Kyle O'Reilly.
Drink it in, man.
Hobbs O'Reilly.
But I don't know. I like the only guy with like a super sweet spot for Kyle O'Reilly, and I don't know what it is.
I love you, Solo.
Yeah, I don't know that I have a super sweet spot for him, but I do know I've liked him a lot longer and like him a lot more technically. So pretty
That's
easily in my head.
Oof.
Part time, bruv.
I do love Sammy. I do love Pedro. I did vote for Pedro at one point. No, I don't know. Because Sami Zayn's cool, and I'm always like, hey, give Sammy the push. But
Yeah.
have you ever watched Pedro Morales? He's really entertaining.
I have not. I guess I need to go do that.
I'm going to go for Pedro. He's really cool.
Yeah, he's voting for Pedro, guys. Okay.
I did. I had to. Okay, let's go back up and minimize a little bit, see where we got lost at. We started advancing some.
Buckle up, Teddy.
We did all those. Cool. And then we started here. We're like, hey, let's just keep on moving these.
Nah, we're fine.
Okay. Carl Anderson versus Paul London's.
Oh, I can't.
Excuse me.
Dude. It's funny because like every match Paul London's in, I'm like, I think you're gonna say Paul London, but the way you advanced Anderson,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love Carl Anderson so much, but Kid Me wore long ass shorts to be Paul London. So I'm going to be Paul London today too.
Hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah.
Christian Cage and Zack Sabre Jr. This gets
Oh.
interesting.
God.
There's just so much Christian has done that I love.
Yeah. I think you're gonna go Christian. I mean, Captain
Oh, no.
Charisma, the Patriarch.
But everything Zack Sabre Jr.'s done in the ring has been
His
5
in-ring was
stars.
phenomenal.
I would say, like, in my opinion, Zack Sabre Jr. is to technical wrestling what Will Ospreay is to aerial wrestling. He's just the best at it.
Give me a hell yeah.
Damn.
It's so much harder to think of this than I thought because, again, Christian's body of work from the 90s up just never disappoints. ECW Christian, he like held ECW together at a time when it was just going to fall apart no matter what you did.
Looks like we've had enough talk.
It is
I'm gonna-
true. I mean,
drink some cold coffee.
What?
Drink it in, man.
I mean, but I think like Zack Sabre Jr., I think like the Bloodsport match against Jonathan Gresham. Oh, God, dude. This matches with Cassidy and oh my.
If you don't say Danielson, I'll be pissed. Those are the ones.
Acknowledge me.
All right, it's time to stop thinking and start picking.
What? Part time, bruv.
There we go. It's got to do the 3-2-1 thing, you know.
Oh, you didn't know?
We are picking Christian Cage.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Seth Rollins versus Jay Lethal.
Oh, dude. Seth has definitely slowed down a little bit, but I mean, I see a lot of people say he's not good anymore. I'm like, what do you? are we watching the same Seth Rollins? He's definitely not nearly as like speedy or fluid as he used to be, but he can still put on some really good matches. But that's the same thing. Jay Lethal will never slow down, I feel like.
Yeah. There's so much, because I started to bring up the body work. I was like, well, you know, if he was still Tyler Black, Jay Lethal's definitely the pick, but Seth Rollins, you know, afterwards, we go into anything Seth Rollins did in WWE from the time he got in up. It's great. So I'm actually going to do something I rarely ever do, and I'm just going to skip this one for a moment and come back to it.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm going to go to Finn Balor and Hayabusa instead, because I really felt like looking at this, previewing it, I was going to pick Hayabusa, and I'm certain on it now.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were really certain on it.
Pac versus Evan Bourne?
Oh, it was a banger, first of all.
Yes. Accept that. It's a banger. I'm going to pick the first ever All-Atlantic champion.
Yep, I knew it.
You had to. And I think him being added to the Death Riders elevated him even further to me. So,
yeah, I could see that.
with this one, I'm picking new school over old school and going Kyle O'Reilly over Pedro Morales.
Kyle. Oh.
Let's go back to it now. We're here.
Looks like we've had enough talk. It's time for the main event.
Damn.
I think you're gonna say Jay. I think you're gonna say Jay.
I keep thinking that too, man. I think of every match he's had that I was like, man, Jay Lethal is one of the best to do it. Then I think of every moment Seth Rollins has given me, like, man, how can I pick against him?
Fickle. They're fickle.
Okay, closing the eyes. The eyes are closed. They're in the ring. ROH World Title is on the line. The ROH World Title and the TV title, both titles are on the line. This is winner takes all.
Drink it in, man.
Okay, bell rings. They're moving. Oh, man. Damn. All right. I'm rooting for Jay Lethal.
Yeah, it's funny because I think what I immediately saw was an immediate stomp, and I was like, oh. So
that was so damn hard. And again, I think I might come back to that later in a different bracket and be like, I think I might pick Seth Rollins.
Fickle.
Ouch.
They're fickle.
All right, I'm going to put my IC title down for a moment because it just ripped out some of my hair and that hurt.
It's fine.
Where we at? We already did that. Now we're looking at these brackets. Jay Lethal versus Hayabusa.
Oh.
I said that with such a southern drawl, too. I couldn't escape my text.
Jay Lethal versus Hayabusa.
Give me a hell yeah.
Picking Hayabusa.
Damn, okay. I had a feeling, though. I was like, I think he's going to say Hayabusa.
I got a feeling. That's it. That's all I can do.
Sorry.
Pac, Kyle O'Reilly.
Pac
O'Reilly.
It's Pac.
It's Pac.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't argue with you there.
Acknowledge me.
Back up. Paul London versus Christian Cage.
Oh.
Huh.
I think you're going to go Christian. I think.
Yeah, just how many great ladder matches has he had? Paul London's had a couple great ladder matches himself, but Christian's had a lot of great ladder matches.
Yeah.
Oh, and Edge and Christian. Okay. Here's one thing I will say, looking back down at my Intercontinental title down here. If it were 2005 and Christian was the Intercontinental champion and he was defending randomly one night on Raw against Paul London, I would root for Paul London.
Yeah, you would.
Acknowledge me.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's how we're deciding it. All right.
That's how I decide that. I love you, Paul.
Hayabusa and Pac.
Wow. That's a hard one.
Oh, man.
Banger after
Am I rooting
banger.
for Pac? Damn, I don't know. Okay, that's why we come back to this.
Would this not be the same argument as the whole evolution thing?
It is.
Pac? not technically be an evolution of Hayabusa. The old.
There's like I was about to say, there's so many people that are an evolution of that man because he's a revolutionary.
Yeah.
Drink it in, man.
It's like
So
a lot of me wants to say Hayabusa for sure. Oh, yep, that's a solid pick, and he's awesome. Pot can go.
Like,
This too hard.
I would definitely be a little biased because I've seen a lot of like British indie matches with Pac,
Mhm.
and him just tearing it up with like some of my top favorites, and it's like every time Pac is delivered for sure.
He has had a lot of great UK indie matches that we've seen. We've seen some together.
Yeah, I could already see you put Pac.
what?
Or yeah, never mind. I still think you put in Pac. I
No.
think okay.
You made such a compelling argument. I was like, he's not wrong. Also, though, I feel like I put him in the ring. I think of the legacy of Hayabusa. I'm still rooting for him.
That's fair.
Thank you.
Okay, we're down to the final two in this one. Hayabusa and Paul London. Wow. Damn. I will admit, like, as much as I love this, I did not expect this to be the finals of the 99 columns.
That was an interesting. It's obvious you really like high flying.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to looking at like my core fandom as a child. I always, when I wanted to be a wrestler, that I knew that that's where I had to fit in. I wasn't going to be over 6 feet tall, so I needed to love the cruiserweights, and that was my goal, was to be cruiserweight champion. And Paul London was like the number one guy I wanted to be like, just for the sake that like I knew I could do his moves. And it's one of those things. Like we wouldn't have Paul London or any cruiserweight without Hayabusa. There's so many wrestlers you could argue we don't have without Hayabusa. So
Paul London, bro.
Yeah.
Drink it in, man.
You met that man.
And that helps a lot.
Yeah.
That certainly helps a lot.
You saw him live. You saw him wrestle.
To be fair, I couldn't have seen Hayabusa live. Even if I could have seen him on tape, seeing him on tape was hard enough. Thinking real hard. Legacies included, meetings included.
Drink it in, man.
I am picking Paul London over Hayabusa.
Damn.
That was so hard, dude. I don't know how comfortable I feel with that decision anymore.
You're fine.
If you thought that was going to be hard, getting to the 97s and 98s is probably going to be the hardest, because this is where the big dogs are playing. Like Swerve Strickland and Cody Rhodes to start.
Banger after banger after banger after banger.
What would you pick?
What would I pick? Dude, I mean, when Swerve came into NXT, I was high on him even then. Obviously, I didn't get to see Cody Rhodes' New Japan and his whole world tour before he went to AEW.
Oh, that changed so much. I really wanted to say Swerve, but yeah, remembering Cody from 2016 to 2019 was like, man.
Yeah.
Drink it in, man.
I would probably say Cody still, though, I think.
What kind of sucks to say, I hate to admit this finally, but like, admittedly, the last 6 months of Cody Rhodes' career kind of like driven me further away from him rather than closer to him. So that's not okay. There's a point where I hated Swerve, and then he proved me wrong, and that always gives me like a double dose of respect for them. I got to see that man's biggest moment in his life and career, so put him in the ring, thinking about all that, I'm picking Swerve over Cody here.
Give me a hell yeah.
Yeah, you kind of see that.
Could make some sense.
No, you just made the list.
Don't miss Carlito and Shawn Michaels. And again, Carlito was one of my early favorites when I first, but you know how this evolves. Like Carlito was one of the first, and then I started to watch Shawn Michaels and was like, nope, that's the guy.
Shawn Michaels, yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy one. Carlito won't be down for long either.
Mikey Whipwreck and Caprice Coleman.
I love Caprice, but Mike Whipwreck's like childhood idols.
Yeah.
The fact that like we all looked up to a guy who just got his ass beat is pretty commendable. We're like, man, I just want to be like Mikey because he gets his ass beat and keeps going. Nobody wants to get their ass beat.
No. Sometimes, yeah, you accept that you're gonna get your ass beat. That's me.
I guess so. Edge and John Morrison.
I
Whew.
listen. This ain't no make believe.
Yeah. Over all the course of time, probably Edge, but I will admit during the time that this match actually did happen and John Morrison was really cool, I was rooting for him over Edge. Likewise, though, like Edge just never stopped being cool or had any periods to drop off.
Yeah, Edge is a timeless one.
Drink it in, man.
Hook Tista.
Hook Tista.
I'm glad we both popped up at the same time.
Okay, Hook Tista. Son of Taz, Animal. I did more Batista entrances than I did Hook entrances.
I walk alone.
Okay, this is weird. I think like everything says Batista, but I'm just thinking about like, hey, you put him in the ring, I'm gonna root for Hook.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that was one time in this where Hook being Taz's son actually did make me pick him more. All the other times have been on his own accolades.
Damn, okay.
That was the first time I had a bias to him being Taz's son. Oh, we missed RVD and Claudio.
Oh.
I mean, who do you think? Come on. Who do you think?
You know who I'm picking. I'm picking RVD.
Like, you have to know that that's top 10 contender, so he's not going to stay here.
No.
Let's make sure we didn't miss anymore. Okay. I'm glad.
Thank you.
Tajiri and RVD.
Give me a hell yeah.
That's a hard one, but you did say like top 10.
Yeah.
RVD's kind of.
Tajiri is probably in top 25 contention, but RVD is, yeah, a top 10 contender.
Thank you.
Just as Terry Funk. Terry Funk is also a top 10 contender.
Yeah.
So he's going over Okada.
Damn, okay.
Sorry, Okada.
I I'm just like, that's a hard one. Ron Killings and Penta.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which shall I choose? I think I'm going to go with Penta.
Damn.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know if it's controversial, but even in the ring, I would root for Ron Killings.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like it wasn't like it was a super easy decision. It's just Penta. There's so much that I love about him. Ron Killings. There's so much I love about him as well, I guess, but it's just not the same level.
Kota Ibushi and CM Punk.
Yeah. Kota Punk.
What?
Okay, so I'm gonna be perfectly honest here. I don't think I've seen the best of Kota Ibushi because I've only really seen his AEW stuff.
You don't know. Kota Ibushi and Jay White, classic. I mean, Ibushi Omega, you can't go wrong. There's a lot, and I could sit here and tell you go watch this one, go watch this one. But even all that said, looking at CM Punk and the gravity of everything I love about him and everything I don't like about him, he's a massive figure in my life. Also, again, I'm sure there's been a couple where we've been able to avoid it, but it almost seems like he's a part of this show the way we can't stop mentioning his name.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, this is stupid hard because I want to pick Kota Ibushi and then like Kid Me says, really? Are you sure? There's I don't have to tell you, there's so much to love about CM Punk.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm in the same boat where I'm like, CM Punk changed the trajectory of professional wrestling.
Acknowledge me.
The hide.
I was so hyped for him back in the day. I mean, he still puts on a pretty good match occasionally now. You know, when he wants to, he can spit some facts, but he can also be really annoying.
But this bitch is getting on my nerve.
And again, I don't have the Kota Ibushi like catalog, so I would go Punk. But that's just because I haven't seen the highest of Kota Ibushi.
Proof that I picked Kota Ibushi.
Thank you.
Bret Hart versus Swerve Strickland.
Oh,
Why'd
the
you-
best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Or
And there's Bret Hart.
Damn.
I had to. That was too easy not to. I love Bret Hart. At one point in time when you could, record your voicemail on your little flip phone, I put my flip phone up to the computer to play Bret Hart's theme music. So that way when you would call my voicemail, you would hear Bret Hart's music. It was so distorted, though, you couldn't hear anything. Ay.
Swerve is beast, though.
Yeah. It's like you put him in the ring. I think I might be rooting for Swerve, but I am considering how much I love Bret Hart in every capacity.
Drink it in, man.
Damn. All right. As a clue as to who I'm about to click, I'm going to tell you right now, you can go down to the link in the description. You can go to our store, and you can get some great Canadian Bash merchandise. I'm picking Bret Hart.
Damn, okay.
Thank you.
MJF versus Ilya Dragunov. This ain't
I
gonna be
can't
easy.
answer this one because you know what my answer would be, and that's complete bias.
That's what's funny is I know what your answer would be, but we need to know what mine is, and I can't say.
Yeah, give you like my opinion. I can tell you I'm pretty sure you're going for MJF.
It's pretty damn hard to go against him, but if there's one guy who makes an argument, Dragunov's that guy.
Acknowledge me.
I almost feel like
So,
unless it's better than you, baby MJF, I think most people would be rooting for Ilya Dragunov in this match.
In the ring, Dragunov. On the mic, of course, MJF. If these guys could blend into one wrestler, that'd be amazing. Dragunov is H-bombing every attempt I have to go against him right now. Come on, man. This shouldn't be this hard. I should have came back for this one. I should see my face and how difficult this is. My expressions only express difficulty.
But this bitch is getting on my nerve.
I think I'm probably going to have to rethink this later on, but I'm going with MJF on this one.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
That ain't easy.
Looks like we've had enough talk.
I would put that in the top 5 hardest decisions I've had to make doing this.
Damn. Oh man. I mean,
Come on. This is too difficult. This is two different sides of me. As much as I love Crash Holly and the hardcore titles, Shawn Michaels is just legend. Icon.
An icon. A sexy boy.
Just like Jamie Noble.
And the Sandman. I think you're gonna go Sandman. I just
want to say before we move on, Jamie Noble is the sexy boy of the trailer park.
What?
He is the Shawn Michaels of the trailer park community. That note, I am picking the Sandman. The Sandman's high up on my list.
He is. I know that for sure. Balls. Balls. Balls.
Balls Mahoney.
I think you're going Mikey.
I think I'm going Mikey Whipwreck too. There's just so much there that I love about him. And I love his attire. Balls Mahoney's cool though.
Thank you.
William Snow. Al Regal.
Al Regal. Al Regal. He's so good his name is in his name twice.
Okay. I thank William Regal for everything he's done, and I think, like, as a wrestler, I respect and love him more, but Al Snow as a character, I love way more, so I'm picking Al Snow.
Damn, okay.
How this goes. Brian Kendrick and Ospreay.
It's Ospreay.
Is the Brian Kendrick.
It is the Brian Kendrick, and the Brian Kendrick is pretty great.
You saw how far Paul London went, right?
I did see how far it fought, but Paul London didn't face Will Ospreay.
Like, I don't think I ever say this either. Paul London and Brian Kendrick is top 10, one of my favorite tag teams. So there's
that's fair, but bro, you share a birthday with Will Ospreay.
Yeah, there's too damn much to like about Will Ospreay.
Give me a hell yeah.
Okay, ROH legend, Roderick Strong.
Adam!
Oh,
Jay White's cool, man. Jay White's real cool.
He's really cool. Again, I don't feel like I've seen the best of him because he keeps getting injured in AEW, but I do really like Jay White. And, oh, God, I do really like Roderick Strong. He's not my favorite Undisputed member, but damn, dude, this one's even hard for me. Holy.
Yeah, because I really thought I'd go with Roddy. I love him so much, but I have seen the best of Jay White and seen a lot of good Jay White, and so it is hard.
Guns up.
I'm actually going to go with my ROH legend, Roderick Strong. It just feels right.
Adam!
Feels right to me.
Give me a hell yeah.
Ooh. Say it. Say something.
And
that's who I'm going for, but I do love Steamboat a lot.
Yeah.
Does Edge. All right, Pete Dunne versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. You think that this should be a given, being that we're Texans?
Yeah. Personally, I do love Stone Cold. I really like Pete Dunne. I think I'd flip-flop on this because Stone Cold obviously has more legacy. And I don't think Pete Dunne will ever reach the height he did in NXT UK.
This ain't supposed to be hard, bro. This ain't supposed to be hard, but this is hard for us.
What?
I said it whenever I did the Nixon Newell interview. British Strong Style is my favorite genre, pro wrestling. I say it every week, I think.
Yeah.
Stone Cold can't do that.
What?
You know who's best at it? Pete Dunne.
Yeah. Like coming in, when I first started watching NXT UK and getting acquainted with all the people from there, and NXT and everything, Pete Dunne was like one of the first people that jumped out at me. I was like, oh, this dude's awesome.
Give me a hell yeah.
Me too. Me too.
Stone Cold is the rattlesnake. I mean, I had a belt. I had the rattlesnake belt for
316 days, my favorite holiday.
Yeah. I mean, the same way CM Punk changed the game, so did Stone Cold for a while.
What?
Love Pete Dunne, but Stone Cold, the legend in Texas, it feels like the pick to go with.
Give me a hell yeah.
Okay. Mark Briscoe versus Hook. This feels good. I feel pretty solid on who I'm about to pick. Who would you pick?
What?
Let's go.
What?
Yeah, I'm going Mark Briscoe.
Yeah. Dude's too lovable. I mean, oh, man.
Yeah.
Buckle up, Teddy.
I'm going to pick my IC title back up for Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, I figured, like, Noam Dar is great. I love Noam Dar.
Acknowledge me.
Thank you.
Wow. Let's make it hard immediately.
What's up with that?
I want to say it. The snapback hat I'm wearing wants to say it, but do you know how much I love Rob Van Dam?
Do you know how much I love Rob Van Dam?
I mean, you're the guy who got me to love Rob Van Dam, so I can imagine how much you love Rob Van Dam.
But it's Terry Funk. Like,
I mean, it's Terry Funk. This is one of the coolest hats I own in life. Look at his signature. It's the embroidered signature.
Drink it in, man.
but then I think about it, and I'm like, how many people do the 5-star frog splash now?
I will pick RVD if he answers an email right now that I send out saying, come be on Blunts and Bumps. If you can't email me back in the next 5 seconds after I do this, pick a Terry Funk.
Buckle up, Teddy.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's Terry Funk then. I mean, that's fair though. I mean,
Blunts
Terry Funk.
and Bumps.
That's cool.
Okay. Click
Are
it.
you literally doing it?
I just click send. Watching the watch. 3, 2. Okay. Share the screen and pick a Terry Funk. RVD hates us.
He hates us. You know what, RVD? You're probably my new favorite wrestler is Shane McMahon. Thanks.
The only thing I can equate to that is the RVD shrug. Just,
Well then, can I put it the Pete Dunne shrug?
yeah.
Yeah.
Penta Bushi.
Ooh. Think, but
Yeah. Second favorite luchador of all time.
but it's Ibushi.
Okay, fine. You convinced me.
Damn.
I'll probably go back on that one and switch it. I just know it. Again, I feel like I'm just about to start picking some. I'm like, yep, I'll change that answer later.
Fickle. They're fickle.
Bret Hart and MJF. Now, what makes this funny to me is MJF ripping off the Bret Hart intro with the kid.
Yeah.
You know, oh my gosh, no, I won't play it again because I think the last time I played it, they were like, "Hey, you can't play this."
I think I definitely see MJF winning this match. Like, if we were actually booking this, I see MJF winning. Even at the height of Bret Hart, I feel like just MJF's character would dictate he has to win. Cheating, but
That's not cool. No.
Why don't you get somebody special in the booth today?
oh, I know he's getting just
All right, we're gonna ask Owen Hart who he thinks should go over.
Oh, and who do you think, man? Who you got?
All right, we have our decision.
Ding dong. Hello.
Damn, I'm scared to see what Owen said.
Looks like we've had enough talk.
Dude, he's a Hart. Who do you think he said?
Oh, you didn't know?
I knew it.
Everybody knows the Harts hate each other. I'm kidding. Okay, Shawn Michaels and the Sandman. And don't tell me why this is harder than it is. Because, well, I can't tell you.
I just know you really, really like the Sandman. Like,
A lot.
I love you, Solo.
14-year-old me is having a conflict.
you were like, yeah, Shawn Michaels is Shawn Michaels, though. I mean, there's literally a move that now has become synonymous with wrestling because of Shawn Michaels.
Yes. Here's what does it for me, too. I think about the time period, again, 14-year-old me having a conflict. Who should beat John Cena for the spinner belt more? Shawn Michaels definitely should have been holding that spinner belt. But so should the Sandman. I want to see that more.
Oh my god!
Trick play. I feel like if I ask myself who I want to see the spinner belt on more and who I put it on more in the game, that's the Sandman.
Damn.
That's the damn man.
Part done, bro.
All right, this might get whipped right over El Snow. I thought about it.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, Mike.
I love El Snow though. Will Ospreay and Roderick Strong. this match is real. I have a poster for it.
Elevated, elevate. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I was rooting for Will Ospreay in that match, so it's kind of like a given. But I did predict it at the time to be his first loss in AEW, so there was that.
Ooh.
Edge cold.
What?
Stone Edge.
What?
That's pretty
Stone
hard.
Copeland.
What?
Stone Cope.
There you go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Thank you.
I love Stone Cold a bunch, but I didn't try to beat him at any point.
Damn, that's fair.
Everybody tried to be Edge at one point in their life.
I actually don't think I did. No. I always used to do when he's getting setting up the spear and he's like, come on.
Exactly.
Come on.
It's like better you admit it than deny it. Mark Briscoe and Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Briscoe and Mark Benjamin.
But this bitch is getting on my nerve.
Benjamin Briscoe and Mark Shelton.
I think the word of the day is Briscoe.
Okay.
I mean, he's so lovable. I mean, he has given so much, been through so much.
I think if you asked me at any point before 2016, I would have said Shelton Benjamin, and then any point after 2016, I would have said Mark Briscoe. Put him in the ring. That's really damn. Never mind. I don't want to do that. I have to, but at the same time, I don't like my answer because I think I'm going to pick Mark Briscoe. I put him in the ring for the ROH World title. I want to see Shelton Benjamin win the ROH World title. That's not fair. Let's make it non-title. No stakes other than winning my love and respect and admiration.
Love and respect and admiration.
Because on that level, I love Shelton Benjamin, but I pick Mark Briscoe.
Drink it in, man.
Yeah, man.
Just, I couldn't deny a Shelton Benjamin ROH title run. That's what swayed that decision.
Come on, redneck kung fu, man.
We had Coda Punk, now we got Coda Funk.
Part time, bruv.
I feel like your silence is only because you know the answer and you're like, I don't have to add input. He's picking Terry Funk.
Yeah. I mean, it was almost that. I was kind of thinking like, I think he's gonna go Coda though, and I'm like, it's Terry Funk though.
It's Terry Funk though. This literally top 5 contender. So
Buckle up, Teddy.
MJF and the Sandman. I think, oh man.
yeah, you have to think on it because this poses a threat to the Sandman's long-standing, surprising run up the brackets.
I feel like if there was anyone that was going to give the Sandman a run for his money so far, MJF was the highest.
Yeah, is the clog in this machine. Is it a clog in the machine or a cog in the machine?
Oh, you didn't know?
A cog is just another part of the machine.
Yeah.
Clog would be something that stops it from running as it should.
Well, this is a definite clog. This is clogging it up.
Fickle. They're fickle.
I think you're... Oh, I don't know, man.
I don't know either, and I ain't coming back. Damn, I have to come back. It's just too hard. You're going to look at my face for another 5 seconds. And then as soon as you see me, made my decision and leaving.
Looks like we've had enough talk.
Really?
No, I'm not leaving. I'm still thinking on this pretty difficultly.
Here's the thing. Would you rather hear the Sandman talk for 10 minutes or MJF?
I don't know if the Sandman has any lung capacity enough to talk for that long.
Yeah. I mean...
Smoking so much. Smoke so damn much, damn. Again, we've had this problem before. On the mic, MJF's winning, but in the ring, Sandman's got some stuff that makes an argument.
But, I mean, MJF is pretty versatile, all things considered.
Looks like we've had enough talk. It's time for the main event.
Mad entertaining at that.
Yeah. And I'm just imagining him being like,
okay, let's
grabbing a can from someone in the audience and being like, ha, I'm entertaining.
So all that was correct, and the 14-year-old me came and caned me in the head and said, do you know who you're picking?
Damn.
And this is another situation. We found this out with Raven, too. We're like, do I love Raven way more than I've ever really known? Because Raven climbed, he shot up. Sandman and Raven both have just shot up.
Acknowledge me.
It's kidney. It's literally my inner child coming out.
Yeah. Mikey Whipwreck and Will Ospreay.
My inner child ain't coming out here. Will Ospreay is winning that one without question.
I was going to say, I was like, I mean...
I put that kid to bed. I say, you go to sleep. The adults need to handle this one. Edge and Briscoe.
Briscoe.
Yeah, love Chicken to death, and I think he'll probably advance more than I even realized, but Edge has to go over in this one. Okay, slide back.
Sandman and Terry Funk. I mean...
We had to get here.
I mean...
Sandman is awesome, and that match is awesome, and every time that happens, I'm going for Funk.
Yeah.
Drink it in, man.
Ospreay and Edge.
Edge spray.
Part down, bros.
Okay. Thinking on this one, again, Ospreay, phenomenal. Edge, longevity has been awesome.
Yeah.
Damn.
Buckle up, Teddy.
That is hard.
I mean, Ospreay can definitely do quite a few things that Edge, he might be able to do, like even in his prime might have been able to do, but Ospreay's on another level.
It's like, I want to pick Edge, but I feel like I'm soul bonded with Will Ospreay at this point.
More a little bit, yeah. I mean,
this is not an easy one.
if it's any consolation, even though I love Edge, I think I would go with Ospreay. And I don't even have as much of a connection to him as you do.
It's still real to me, damn it. I
Damn.
mean, thank y'all guys.
You're going to have to look at my face some more.
Drink it in, man.
I think about whenever I really got into this shit, how much I hated Edge. Despicable human being that guy was.
180.
How much respect I earned for him. The Elimination Chamber spot. That was, you might hate it. It might have been shit for Kofi Kingston. That was one of the coolest nights of Elimination Chamber history. Oh, man. Edge has done too damn much to discredit in this argument. And then Will Ospreay is doing too much to discredit in this argument.
Yeah.
If I were me, which technically I am, I think... Okay, we got the decision made.
He's going with neither.
Right? Draw. Triple threat. Coming up next. Funk, Ospreay. That'd make it even harder.
I was going to say, like, then it would be like, well, who puts over who? And who just gets kind of shifted to the side?
No, you just made the list.
Picking Ospreay.
I knew it. I mean, it's Ospreay. It's Ospreay.
Yeah. Edge, again, too much to discredit. He's done way too much. But on that note, Will Ospreay is going to do twice as much as he's already done. Okay. And if I feel different about it after this episode, well, you guys will see each other around like 50 or something.
Buckle up, Teddy.
Ospreay and Funk.
This, I'm not going to build the suspense. Terry Funk is going in advancing all the way. Ospreay's cool, but Terry Funk is literally on my head right now as we speak.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you.
Funk Spray, let's go.
That's your winner of today. That's who advanced the highest up. So at the end of this episode, I relist everybody in their new column where they're at, re-bracket everybody after that, and make up new ones. And then either you or Mike will be joining me for that, or maybe both. I don't know. There's there's very little limitations to this other than you just can't make me choose somebody I don't want to choose.
Yeah, it's really just like me giving all my reasons and you being like, nah.
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 All right. Thank you for helping me with my brackets today.
All night, baby, I keep it going, catching flight after flight.